Speaking of folks who do crime, Donald Trump today in New York City was actually headed to trial. Now, here's what's so hilarious here. His attorneys were questioning why there wasn't a jury. The judge was like, because y'all didn't check the box. Talk about how dumb they were. So it's going to be a trial by the judge. Now, last week, he already ruled that they committed fraud. Laid out, flat out, they committed fraud by overestimating what his properties were worth. And in fact, now Donald Trump was like, oh, my defense is this is just real estate. This is the same guy who put on one of the sheets that he had a 30,000 square foot apartment in Trump Tower when it was really only 11,000. So maybe he's really horrible at math as well. And of course, Tish James, she spoke outside of the courtroom before it started, and boy, she made it clear he's going to be brought to justice. Do y'all have that sound for Tish James? All right, so Tish James, y'all, I was just laughing because Donald Trump, he spoke, blasted the judge, called Tish James racist, and all of that, and it was kind of like, really, player? Is that how we doing that thing? But she, of course, was sitting in court and just could not wait to jam him up. And what the judge ruled last week, and of course they're going to be appealing this, but the judge ruled last week to take the business licenses of the Trump organization, which would make it impossible for them to actually do business, to allow it to be governed by someone else. And so, I mean, I was just laughing today. And of course, it was great to see this video. There was a camera allowed in the courtroom. And you know, Fox News, come on, guys, go to my iPad. You know, Fox News is driving them crazy. Well, they actually had to show the scowling orange man in court. It was hilarious. And then they were all questioning, well, how did that happen? How was that camera allowed in? Well, it was in. Y'all deal with it. And so we got to see him sitting behind that desk. I have been cracking up on Congo because he is really mad. I mean, like, he really cannot handle that a black woman is holding him as accountable. So Tish James, the New York State Attorney General, Fonnie Willis there in Georgia, dude ain't happy.
Yep, and Chutkin as well is going to be ruling on the gag order soon. Look, it's really amazing. And when we look at all of the different trials, whether it's the rape case, whether it's insurrection and the like, this is the one that actually hurts Trump the most because it goes to the heart of his ego. His whole profile, his whole life, his whole persona has been built on being this larger-than-life billionaire individual, you know, who actually in real life couldn't do anything about his father's help and, you know, blew much of the money that he got. And then the NBC came in with The Apprentice and helped him build his profile, which led to all of this other international financial attention. And the fact of the matter is this goes to the heart of who he is. He is not who he says he is. He's always been a habitual liar about his entire status. I mean, I can't believe that this guy got this far and we still haven't seen his tax returns. But now we got Letitia James and other people who are actually holding him accountable. He tried to stare her down, you know, when he left to the room. But this man has continually been a fraud. And Republicans, this is your front runner. This is your front runner. And so what are you really going to do at the end of the day when you're going to constantly be getting these images, by the way, which Trump is going to be there because he's also trying to fundraise off of this because he's running out of money. What are y'all going to do with this man now? Y'all going to support him in the next debates? Y'all going to support that scowl every single day who's a fool won't even come and speak to y'all? So it's about time. They say justice delayed is justice denied. This has been delayed for far too long, but it's about time that we're starting to see the beginnings of some form of justice in multiple areas in Trump's life and the lives of his children. Ivanka shouldn't be allowed to do business in New York either.
Renita, the fraud has been exposed.
Absolutely. And it's really funny because somebody was talking about this case over the weekend, and there was a meme I saw that said, when it's tax time, Trump is saying that he basically owns a shack. But when it's time to get a loan, he is saying that he owns a beautiful mansion. And that's really what is at the heart of this case. I mean, the prosecutors are really going strong here for what they're asking for Trump. They are not only asking for damages, they're also asking that he not be allowed to be an officer on any corporation in the state of New York. And so you know what that means? That means that basically it's going to be very hard for him or anybody in his family to actually do business, because when you start a new business and you're filing with the Secretary of State for that state, you have to send articles of incorporation, and they require that you have officers, that you list people who are officers who are basically in charge of the company. Those are the people who control the profit, they control the expenses, they control everything about the company. And so if prosecutors get what they want, he essentially will be ruled out of doing any sort of business in New York. And we already know that it was previously reported that he already is at the point where he can't really operate any nonprofits in the state of New York. So they are really trying to handcuff him in a financial way extremely with this.
And he just really hadn't bothered Julian. I just love to see the whining. You're like, that racist woman. He been using that one. And she's like, yeah, but I'm about to get your ass.
She's like, whatever. But Renita's right about the metaphor of handcuffs. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, his brand is everything for him. He doesn't care about the political so much. He really was a reluctant candidate. He ran to raise his profile. He didn't run to be president. He got to be president. He plucked everything up. But basically, now, his brand is his wealth. And now we're learning, which some of us already knew, he didn't have any wealth, or he had a lot less than he said he did. Like the judge said, how do you get from 11,000 feet to 30,000? I mean, you can get from 11 to 12 or 11 to 13, but you basically up this stuff by a factor of 3. Nope to the nope, nope, nope. So he's sitting there looking like somebody whipped him with, whatever. And he, looks very uncomfortable. And he's going to continue to be uncomfortable because Tish James ain't playing. The sister is not playing. And anybody, I have a friend, actually, a dear friend, who spent almost a year in jail because he lied on his mortgage application. That was all political, but he ended up spending a year in jail. So, if Tish James follows that playbook, the orange jumpsuit will come sooner rather than later. And if he wants to continue to campaign in an orange jumpsuit and stupid Republicans want to continue to support someone in orange jumpsuit, that would be called their issue. But what we all know sitting here is that this man is a fraud. He's been a fraud. We knew he was a fraud. And now the covers are being pulled off. We wear the mask, it grins and lies, it hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. Somebody's snatching the mask off his face.
Love it. All right, y'all.